And last Batman post for the day will be about the Bat family. Let's speed run through some of the important comics to get to know most of the Bat family members. For the first Robin, Dick Grayson cannot go wrong starting at Dark Victory, the sequel to Long Halloween, a top 3 Batman comic of all time. Then go to Robin Year One by Chuck Dixon. It's a 4-book series, another great read for the early days of Dick Grayson and a modern Jeff Lemire run, Robin and Batman. Great look into Dick Grayson first few days as Robin. Dick Grayson, of course, as Robin joins the Teen Titans, but he becomes Nightwing in the new Teen Titans Judas Contracts by Marv Wolfman, fighting Deathstroke. So that's how he becomes Nightwing. Speaking of Teen Titans, Damian Wayne, another Robin, is heavily involved in the Rebirth era Teen Titans, which is actually a lot of fun. So for Jason Todd, he doesn't have a lot of comic book stuff, but you have Batman Second Chances, you have Death in the Family, obviously setting up Red Hood for later. So Jason Todd is the second Robin, I'm pretty sure, and then Tim Drake is next. Chuck Dixon does his origin as well. This has a volume 1, this is volume 2. There's also a compendium out that collects all of it, highly recommended. That's probably going to do a complete beginning of Tim Drake's story really well. But anyway, Chuck Dixon is also where you're going to go, like Robin Year One for Dick Grayson, for Tim Drake. For Huntress, she has a comic, Batman Huntress Cry for Blood. It's a 6-issue miniseries. So there's her origin, her backstory. The Question is in here. It's a good little Batman comic. Next up for my collection, Batman and Son, introduction of Damian Wayne. Grant Morrison's run is going to take the Bat family on quite an adventure for quite a bit. There's 3 omnibuses collecting this, starting at Batman and Son, where Damian's going to fight Tim Drake. So you're going to really see where he stands among the Robins. Spoiler alert if you know nothing about Final Crisis and Batman, but when Batman dies, people have to figure out who's going to wear the Batman cowl. So, of course, the whole Bat family fights for it, and this is a really fun comic. Pretty important as far as who's who and why and what and where. Jason Todd's even in here causing havoc in a murderous way, as always, but a good little chapter in the Batman saga. So that battle for the cowl is in the middle of Grant Morrison's Batman run. It continues with the Bat family. So Dick Grayson is Batman, Damian is his right-hand man, and then Scott Snyder does the Black Mirror of Popular, where Dick Grayson is Batman. Not a lot of Damian, though. But Damian's story does continue with his dad returning as Batman in New 52 Batman and Robin. Absolutely incredible series. But for my last and probably favorite overall Bat Family series, a couple missing chapters. One being Birth of the Demon, going back before Damian came to Gotham, like the why, how, when, where, with Ra's al Ghul and stuff like that. So Damian Wayne background. And for Red Hood, we have Under the Red Hood. No, we have The Batman, The Lost Days, Red Hood. Judd Winnick wrote some also backstory to before Red Hood came to Gotham. So see the how, why, when, and where of that, also involving Talia al Ghul and that side of things. But great missing chapters for Red Hood and Damian. There's a ton more Bat Family stuff in other Batman and other people's comics, but this is another one of my favorites, Batman Detective Comics.